Welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. Today we're talking Week 14 quarterback waiver wire pickups. So the first guy we're looking at, number 5, is Gardner Minshew. Now, Nick Foles looks like he just got shut down for the season. This is not necessarily a play that you want to start this week. He plays the Chargers, who have a pretty strong defense, but the next 2 weeks in your fantasy playoffs for Oakland and Atlanta, Oakland is number 5 for most points given up against quarterbacks, and Atlanta is number 3. So those are juicy matchups. I wouldn't be surprised if Gardner Minshew is a top 10 quarterback in the last 2 weeks of the season. Number 4 is gross, I know, but we're looking at Ryan Fitzpatrick for the Dolphins. He plays the Jets this week, which could turn into a very high scoring affair, much like the Philadelphia Eagles game from week 13, and his next 2 weeks are against the Giants and the Bengals, who are number 7 and number 8 in most points against for fantasy quarterbacks. So as gross as it is, it looks like Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to end up being a top 10 quarterback rest of the year. And the thing that sucks with him is you never know, he could always just have an implosion and just completely suck, but he has great matchups. So if you absolutely need a quarterback, or especially in 2 quarterback leagues, Ryan Fitzpatrick is a really good start for you. So number 3, we're looking at also gross, but Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has a decent matchup against the Eagles this week. I probably wouldn't recommend starting him, but he has Miami and Washington, who's number 2 and number 11 in week 15-16. So similar to Gardner Minshew, he is going to be playing some smash matchups, and same thing as Gardner Minshew is, rookie quarterback. They're just trying to get a final feel for them at the end of the year. They're going to let them fly. So I think you could do worse than starting Daniel Jones in week 15-16. So number 2 is a pickup just for this week. If you lost faith in him, you should regain faith in Sam Darnold for the New York Jets. So last week he let you down when he played Cincinnati, but this week he gets to play the Dolphins at home. The Dolphins are number 2 in most points allowed for fantasy quarterbacks, and they're playing at home. I'm not afraid of this matchup at all. I think Sam Darnold is going to be top 8, if not top 5 quarterback this week. If you need a play this week, Sam Darnold is your guy. But know that next week he plays Baltimore, and the following week he plays Pittsburgh. So you're not going to be starting Sam Darnold anymore. So if you need a quarterback just this week, Sam Darnold is your guy, and you're going to be dropping him. But overall, above every other quarterback, 39% owned. If Ryan Tannehill is out there, he is your number 1 pickup this week. He plays against Oakland this week, who they are the number 5 in most points allowed against fantasy quarterbacks. Next week he plays Houston, who are number 6, and then in the championship week he plays the Saints, who are number 10. So he has top 10 defensive matchups for positive quarterback scoring for the rest of the season. His play has been outstanding. He's 5-1 ever since taking over as the Titans quarterback. If Ryan Tannehill is out there, you need to pick him up. Even if you just take him and stash him on your bench, if you have a spot to keep him from your opponent's gathering him, he's going to be a great quarterback the rest of the way, and I like him better than everyone else I've mentioned. If he's out there, just ignore everyone else on the waiver wire. Get Ryan Tannehill. All right, so that's it for Week 14 quarterbacks. We'll see you in the next video for running backs.